I know I passed the test. Can't nobody tell me I did not pass the test. It reminds me of like a spiritual test, right? Of a life lesson test, because it reminds me of when I was in high school, and at the end of the year or the end of that grade year, you'll take a final exam to see if you pass. And if you didn't, you got to repeat the grade or things like that. So this is what that remind me of. And I feel like I passed it. I used to be so upset every time like rejection come, or somebody tell me no, or I get the answer no, or I get denied, or certain things like that. I get in my feelings and I feel some type of way. But a lot of things have been happening this past year, I'm gonna say year, and I've been tested. I feel like I'm at the end of the year when I'm about to get ready to take the final exam. Like, it's that last test before the final exam that you try to scram and study and use your study guide and all the rest of the other stuff. Yeah, I feel like I'm there. Because I know I'm changed. I'm not that. I used to be people pleasing a lot. Like, when things didn't go my way, I would try to, buy your love or show you more kindness or niceness and things like that, just so I could get my way. And once I get my way, it's like, I don't want it no more, because now I got it. I wanted to end terms, or I wanted to begin terms, or I wanted things to go my way. You wasn't done with me unless I was done with you. Crazy, right? Crazy. I used to be so crazy and delusional, but not no more. I feel like I'm about to get ready to take this final exam and I'm about to pass it. Like, I don't even have to study, because I know what's been happening in my life. I know the things that are changing in my life, and my prayers even start changing, because I'm no longer asking for material things or material gain or put me in a better situation or things like that. I'm asking for non-tangible things, like, God, show me my character, show me who I am outside of what I see. God, give me the strength that I need. If courage is what I'm lacking, then God, give me that. I lacked confidence for so many years, so long, until I found that shit myself. And when I found that shit myself, I ran across this guy, and I was like, you want to talk to me, but you never like give me compliments and things like that. He was like, why should I give you that? Like, don't you know that you're beautiful? Don't you? I say, yeah, but it feels good when somebody else acknowledges you. It feels good when, especially somebody that you are attracted to, and somebody that you trying to get to know. And he was like, well, I'm not going to stroke your ego. I'm not going to do all that. Because the last person, he started going off about the last person, how he did that, and she got high-headed and cheated on him, and, all the rest of the other stuff. And it was like, okay, well, you trying to trauma attach to me, and that ain't going to happen. So I had to cut him loose. And he was fine. And he had money. But he had some trauma. And it was up to me if I wanted to deal with that trauma. I don't want to heal wounds that I didn't do. But let me tell you something, I probably would. If the right person come along and I'm like, okay, his wound not that deep. Maybe we could do something. Or he healing my wounds, I'm healing his wounds, and we actually healing together, and we understand that this is a journey and not a destination. Yeah, I probably would. But him, I wasn't trying to give him none of that. None of it. And it reminds me of when we was talking about in day 5, when we was talking about release. And I feel like I have to release, or I've been releasing a lot this week, and without me trying to people please attachments too, without me trying to manipulate or manipulate my way in, and then dumping them. Because I got to end it on my terms. But I understand that release doesn't always come with closure. I understand that release does not always come with explanation. I understand that release does not always come with an hour drive or an hour conversation just so we can have closure, or that one last time type of deal. I understand that don't come with that. Release don't come with it. You can release somebody without even have to re-enter. You can release somebody without even having to entertain that conversation or entertain that person anymore. You could do that. You can do that. And that's what this week have taught me about release. It was this guy I really like I said, I really enjoyed, our conversations, our outings and things like that. But it's trauma. If somebody is not willing to change, is not willing to see their own trauma, especially to somebody that's really doing the work, the inner work to heal themselves, a trauma that they did not want. I can't wait to start series 2, y'all. What's mine, unpacking what's mine and what's theirs. Yeah. Trauma that you didn't ask for, trauma that was placed up on you. You're not ready to heal that, and I can't do nothing with you. Bars. But I'm going to leave it at that. And so, with that being said, I hope that we understand that release does not always come with closure. Release does not always come with an explanation. Release do not always come with a 4-page letter telling you how great of a person you are. You just not good for me. You don't always come with that. Sometimes release is blocked. Sometimes release is unfollow. Sometimes release is deleting everything that attached to you. Sometimes release is when you think about that person, you try to think about something else. Sometimes release is just no contact. Sometimes release is just this. I release you.